Welcome to the weekly spark from Ignite Youth Group out of Eastgate Baptist Church, where we try to keep Christianity on fire in a world that tries to snuff it out.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to our weekly spark. I'm so excited about this time each week, just be able to encourage you guys and get God's word into your heart and to just get your mind focused on the Lord throughout your week. And it's only going to be a few minutes each week, so because of that, we'll get started. And we will be in Proverbs chapter 1, and the first several devotionals will be from the book of Proverbs talking about wisdom. So we'll be starting in Proverbs chapter 1, and we'll be talking about why you should pursue wisdom, why in your teenage years you should pursue wisdom. Because your teenage years, when you're 13 or even in like your preteen years, you're no longer a little kid, but you're not an adult. And those teen years are therefore to grow you from being a little kid to an adult, from being a little boy to a grown man. But there are some who, after their teenage years, and physically they're an adult, their maturity level, their spiritual level, and their emotional level, they're no different than little boys, so to speak. Your teen years are a prime time to pursue wisdom because they will also set the course for the rest of your life. So you need to pursue wisdom. And we see in Proverbs 1, we'll be reading from Proverbs 1 through 5. It says, "The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding." So we see that it's written by Solomon, and it gives the purpose is to know wisdom and instruction. Wisdom is to know the best things to do in any situation. Understanding is being able to discern between the wrong and the right in a situation. And we see the first reason you should pursue wisdom in verse 1. It says, "The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel." These proverbs, most of the proverbs were written by Solomon. And Solomon was the wisest man who ever lived because God bestowed that wisdom upon him. In 1 Kings 3, we read that the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream, and he asked Solomon, "What shall I give thee? Ask what shall I give thee?" And Solomon, he was feeling the weight, and he wasn't an old man. He was somewhat young, and he was feeling the weight and the pressure and just the burden of leading the people as king of Israel. He asked for wisdom and understanding, and God granted him that, to the point where it says in 1 Kings 3:12, "Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither shall thee after any arise like unto thee." God made Solomon the wisest man. And this wisdom that we read in Proverbs, yes, it comes from Solomon, but ultimately it comes from God. And because it comes from God, you should be focusing on it. You should be wanting to pursue it. Some of you play football. Some of you do cross country. Some of you play instruments, or you play different sports. So let's just use football players for an example. If you could have one of the top coaches come and teach you how to play the game, you will lean on to every word that they say. You will be focused on what they say. And whatever that coach says to do, you will do. Here in the Bible, we have the words of God who created everything and who has all wisdom. And what do we do a lot of times? This is our Bible, we just put it on the shelf and do not listen to it. The first reason you should pursue wisdom is because it comes from God. The second reason, let's keep reading, "To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion." The second reason is that it protects you. Wisdom protects you. When you see the word simple in Proverbs, it's talking about someone who is ignorant, someone who does not know. They're not scornful, so they're not bad. They don't know. They're naive. The don't know the difference between right and wrong. They don't know that sometimes they can get themselves into a dangerous situation. Now, I have a son who is 14 months old, almost 14 months old in just over a week. And he might try to do something that he doesn't realize can be dangerous. And we protect him. We get him away. We tell him, do not do that. And that is how, but he is 14 months old. He is almost 14 months old, so he's not going to know that some of the things he do is dangerous. Same thing with someone in the Proverbs who is simple. They are not going to know that if they hang out with the wrong crowd, that's dangerous. Or if they fall in love with the wrong girl, that's dangerous. And we will get to that. But wisdom protects you, because wisdom and understanding will allow you to see a situation, and when I say, oh, there's something not right with those people. Oh, there's something not right with that girl. And you should be pursuing wisdom because it protects you. God has given you his word for your protection. It's his blessing and your protection. But a lot of times we just want to put it off to the side and say, yeah, I don't need it. I'll go my own way. And then we wonder why we end up in situations the way we do. Our first reason was that wisdom comes from God. Our second reason is that wisdom protects you. Third reason is that pursuing after wisdom is the wise thing to do. It says in verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. And it will hear, what will a wise man hear? Wisdom. In the first 6 verses, Solomon is writing the purpose of the book. And it says that a wise man will hear wisdom, and he will increase learning. I know sometimes you guys, because of school, because of summer, is that you don't want to learn. You should be learning things every day, and you should be learning wisdom every day. And it's a wise man realizes that he doesn't have everything figured out. A wise person is not a know-it-all. Someone who is a know-it-all is a fool. Because the wiser you are, the more you realize you don't know. And teenagers a lot of times can be know-it-alls. They think they can know more than their parents. They think they know more than their coaches. They think they know more than their teachers or their pastor or youth pastor. When that person has lived longer than what they have. But teenage pride says, okay, I know everything. No, you don't. And a wise person will realize that, and says that they will increase learning and shall attain unto wise counsels. Someone who is wise will listen to wiser people, and the wisest person to ever live was Jesus, who is God. And God's wisdom is the best wisdom to have. A wise person will understand that and listen to it and not think that they know everything. So that's all we have today. Just 3 reasons why you should pursue wisdom. It comes from God, it protects you, and it's the wise thing to do. God bless. Have a good week.